The movie begins by introducing Mathilde, a young college student trying to navigate life in a new city. Her parents live far away, leaving her to adjust to this new environment on her own. It's clear that Mathilde is friendly and outgoing, as most of her close friends are boys, and she spends much of her time hanging out with them. However, something seems off. Lately, she's been skipping classes, and her friends and even her teachers are starting to notice her absence. One day, as Mathilde is walking near the campus, she suddenly collapses. A teacher named Francois happens to pass by and immediately comes to her aid. Alarmed by her condition, he helps her into his car and drives her to the hospital. But Mathilde insists she doesn't want to stay at the hospital, so Francois decides to take her home instead. Though relieved that she's safe for now, Francois can't shake off the concern he feels for her. Despite this incident, Mathilde starts attending her classes again, though she often arrives late. Her teachers resume their lessons as if everything is normal, but Francois can't help but feel worried about her. He knows she's a bright student with great potential, so her erratic behavior bothers him. It's not just her tardiness, something deeper seems to be troubling her. After a few days, Mathilde stops showing up again. Concerned, Francois decides to visit her at home. When he arrives, he finds her sleeping, looking exhausted. This time, she invites him to stay for dinner. Though hesitant at first, Francois agrees. Over the meal, they talk, and Mathilde shares bits about her life. She tells him that her family lives in another city and that she moved here for school. She also mentions that she has 2 brothers, but now she lives completely alone. Hearing this, Francois feels a mix of sadness and sympathy. He reassures her that she's not alone and promises to help whenever she needs support. Mathilde is deeply grateful for his kindness, and this moment seems to strengthen the bond between them. The next day, Francois visits her again, but what he sees shocks him. Several young men are leaving her apartment. Concerned and a little frustrated, he confronts her, asking why she's skipping school to entertain visitors. Instead of answering directly, Mathilde teases him, asking if he's jealous. Then, she does something unexpected, she kisses him. Though conflicted, Francois finds himself drawn into her world, and they end up spending the evening together. When Francois finally returns home, his wife, Catherine, is waiting for him. She confronts him, asking why he's been coming home late so often. Francois doesn't have a clear answer, and it's evident that his growing attachment to Mathilde is starting to affect his marriage. Over time, his visits to Mathilde become more frequent, and they start spending almost all their time together. At school, their connection becomes increasingly obvious. Francois often stares at Mathilde during class, so much so that he sometimes loses focus on teaching. His feelings for her are becoming a distraction, and it's clear that his personal and professional lives are beginning to spiral out of control. Meanwhile, Catherine grows suspicious. She senses that something is wrong but can't quite figure out what's going on. On the other hand, Mathilde seems happier than ever. She's attending classes regularly, eager to see the teacher she has grown to love. One day, Francois and Mathilde are seen getting into a car together, laughing as they drive off. This doesn't go unnoticed. The school principal happens to see them. The sight leaves her stunned, and she begins to suspect that there's more to their relationship than meets the eye. As their bond deepens, Mathilde makes a bold request. She asks Francois to leave his wife and be with her instead. Francois is taken aback. He tells her that they can't be together, pointing out their age difference and the complications it would bring. Mathilde, however, insists that her feelings for him are real. She tells him she loves him deeply and can't imagine life without him. But Francois stands firm, unwilling to take their relationship any further. Heartbroken and angry, Mathilde decides to cut ties with him. She stops meeting him and begins spending time with a new boy from her class. During lessons, the two laugh and flirt openly, which leaves Francois visibly upset. After class, he confronts her, demanding to know why she's acting this way. Mathilde, unfazed, tells him she doesn't care about his jealousy and will do as she pleases. Frustrated, Francois pulls her aside to talk privately. In the heat of the moment, Mathilde tries to kiss him again. Though he resists at first, she manages to kiss him. Unfortunately, their private conversation is interrupted when another student walks in on them. This student quickly spreads the word, and soon the entire college is buzzing with rumors about their relationship. The scandal spreads fast, and Francois finds himself at the center of it. His personal life falls apart as Catherine hears about the affair and decides to divorce him. With his reputation ruined and his marriage over, Francois is left to pick up the pieces of his life. He decides to leave the college and start fresh somewhere else, hoping to escape the shame and regret that now haunt him. Francois after that lives alone, and that after that day he hasn't seen Mathilde because she has gone to Paris for her mother's funeral. But he thought that maybe she is living with the boy she was sitting with in class that day, and flirting with. Months pass, and Francois tries to move on. One day, he receives a call from the police. They inform him that Mathilde has been found dead in her apartment. Shocked and devastated, Francois rushes to the scene. The landlord tells him that Mathilde had been living there for 3 months but rarely left her room. She didn't eat or interact with anyone, and it seems she died from starvation. Francois is overwhelmed with guilt as he realizes the depth of her feelings for him. The landlord points out that Mathilde often sat by the window, staring at the college door where Francois used to teach. It becomes clear that she had been waiting for him, hoping he would return to her. The movie ends on a somber note. Francois is left to live with the crushing weight of regret, knowing that his actions contributed to Mathilde's tragic fate. And that's the heartbreaking story of White Wedding, a movie filled with love, loss, and the consequences of forbidden relationships. Share your thoughts about the movie in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for updates on our latest uploads. Until next time, stay safe and take care.